Hello, everybody, and welcome to D&D. Tonight's D&D session, The Lost Heart. Tonight's episode is called Dying Light, whereas last week's session was called Shattered Light. We are currently continuing into and diving into the darkness.
And I'm here.
Yay! Last episode, they came across a what sounded like a lot of different sects of this shadow organization trying to kidnap like powerful leaders and stuff like that. Um, but they were thwarted by our group of lovely heroes. Uh, our hellhound had found a place to stay, which was intruded by Cassius after he found out where Gabriel had been staying. They all made their way back into the Divinius mansion, and now they're about to start their counterattack.
Counterattack? A counter spell to counterattack. Wait, I don't have that spell.
In reverse, draw 4. Smacks counter. That's Counter Strike Mobile, right?
I don't know. I've never played Counter-Strike Mobile.
Neither have I.
I mean, the mobile feed and Sentinel, that's kind of what that is. That's the mobile Counter-Strike right there.
By the way, you might have to do the share chat button.
Oh, share chat. Yes. Give me 1 second. There we go. Chat is now shared. I'm learning things. I'm fixing things, okay?
Yeah. You don't usually host the stream together, so I was just reminding you things that I do mindlessly in the background.
Yeah.
There's some bullshit I can do if I play it right. Anyway.
But yeah, for anyone in chat, if you want to talk to me and Rain, we share a chat here, so we are one big happy family. Yeah. Just keep it fun and don't say anything that's going to hurt each other.
Right.
So.
Yes.
Okay. Trying to figure out how this works. So I don't know the exact layout of the situation. What do we know about the hideout?
You're asking me as DM or everyone else?
Yes.
Okay.
You as DM, what do you know of the hideout?
It's a very prestigious looking shack in the middle of the slums. You would know that there were probably be some marking on it. You don't quite know what markings there would be on this place to make it resemble a hideout. But you would know there would be something that they would have to know so they don't walk into the wrong building, you know?
Right. Do you have any scope on their number?
As of right now, you just know that they have a lot, but you don't know the number. The dude would have spilled the last couple days they had a shrinking number. You would think more followers would be following this dude, but actually more have been disappearing. This would be coming from the dude that you interrogated, you know? Their numbers have actually been decreasing rather than increasing. You remember when he turned to shadow essentially and disappeared? Things like
Yep.
that have been happening to their followers.
So,
Interesting. Okay.
where are we at right now? Are we still doing our long rest in the manor?
Yes, you would still be doing the long rest in the manor.
All right, Gabriel, time to move.
So I'm trying to think of how to go about this strategically speaking.
It is still like nighttime at this point. I would say, even though it's night, it still seems rather bright for nighttime.
So, okay. We don't know much about the layout. Aside from it being essentially a prestigious shack, we don't know much about it either. Okay.
They would have said it was in the middle of the slums, though.
Okay. Middle of the slums, prestigious shack, has a marking. We don't know much else.
Yes.
And they have numbers. They have a lot, but it's slowly dwindling.
From what you would gather, it's roughly about 10 every so often are disappearing.
10.
Yes.
Disappearing in 10.
Disappearing in
Oof.
tens.
That's a big number to lose.
You would probably estimate over 1,000 like enemies, though.
Over 1,000 enemies. Okay.
So are we just? I just want to make sure I'm on the same page here. Are we sitting down and talking about this, or are half of us asleep?
Gabriel is probably definitely asleep. Cheyenne is probably watching over Gabriel.
Yeah.
So it would just be you, me, and Cassius, if anything, talking about it. I'm trying to figure out strategically how this would work, because the greatest weakness we have right now is the lack of information about any other stuff. We can scatter out, scope it out, but if we get caught, they can be alerted.
Well, why not smash right through? Think they've ever faced a full frontal attack before?
Yes, but here's the thing, is that if they have the numbers and the estimations that I'm thinking they are, then we will not last very long after that. I'm estimating over 1,000. If there's over 1,000 people in that God's damn forsaken place, the four of us, even at our full power, will probably be eventually worn down.
Technically, you have 5.
Right. We do have the paladins and clerics of Vinrath at the ready, but those numbers, I'm right to say that those numbers don't compare, right? They don't stack up correctly.
Right. Against like roughly 1,000, you'd probably only have about 100.
Right. Though, okay. We have 100, they have 1,000. Though paladins and clerics versus a bunch of like thieves and rogues, though.
I don't know, man. Them thieves and their sneaky, backstabby stuff.
Yes. has to be a way to do this.
I wasn't with you, so I don't know what this place looks like.
Well, we didn't actually go to that shack in particular. We have reports of that shack. Okay, I think maybe some reconnaissance might be necessary.
So you're gonna send some recon over?
Part of me kind of wants to do it myself because I feel like if I send others to recon it, they may end up disappearing.
Good point. Good point.
I could take a few and go recon with them.
Okay, good luck. You got this. Bye-bye.
Judith begins walking over to the wine cellar again. I'm just kidding.
Not again. Not again. We got in trouble for that, remember?
It says you. That was kind of fun. There was no wine, though.
Judith, we can do that later. Right now, we need to focus on something else.
There was a long silence there.
The long pause, thinking it over.
Yeah,
fun,
that's exactly what it was.
Recon,
It was
fun, recon. Recon.
like, look.
Here is mine.
Look, she has the hots for Judith, but she also like knows her mission. So, okay. You tell like there's definitely like tension in Elira's like just her whole being is just tense right now because she's trying to figure out strategically how to make this work and how to be safe about it in order to like get the information that's needed. But at the same time, everything has a fucking risk to it, and she doesn't want to risk losing people that could be useful in the battle.
Cassius, did you draw a butt? Is that what that is in chat?
That's a battle plan.
That's a battle plan. It looks like a butt.
Get your head out of yours.
I agree. It kind of does look like a butt.
Right. It's like a pincer maneuver. Okay.
I thought you were playing football.
It's
Maybe that's soccer?
I thought you were trying to sack the quarterback.
So 1K, we go against the 1K, and 1K comes against us. As we close in, Vinraf, Paladins, and Clerics come in from the sides. And I'm guessing the idea is we whittle them down from the outside inward, like we close in on them. And that could work, but I doubt they're gonna. Let's see. We're going up against essentially a bunch of rogues. So.
What is IK?
1K as in 1,000.
Oh, 1,000. Okay.
I would say at
What
this
people
point you
want.
would hear footsteps of Alara Divinius kind of stepping close to you guys. And she would kind of look at you guys saying, why not attack the head? And like basically like when attacking like an anthill, right? You kill the queen and the ants scatter.
We could if we can get in there.
The problem is would be low casing. the head, because apparently the head is the same person sitting on the throne right now.
Did
Going
you
after them
answer
directly
yourself? You asked where they were, and then you said they were on the throne.
They're saying they were being led by an abomination. The only abomination we know so far in the city is the one that's on the throne.
Yeah, huh?
She says,
I thought we were assuming they were the same thing.
"Why
Yeah, we
not?
are.
Why not infiltrate their numbers? Not quite attack."
I've done that once before.
So I have created on screen what Cassius shared about his battle plan.
See, battle plan is 1000% a butt.
No.
Like there's the crack, the cheeks, the
Right in
thighs.
the butt.
Okay, so there was a thought
Hey,
that I
Zora,
had
welcome in.
that was possible to infiltrate. If that's the case, then Goo is gonna have to be the one doing the talking because she's the most charismatic and probably has the highest deception, if not Gabriel. But I don't trust Gabriel when he talks to people because either gives way too much information or not enough information. And what are the odds that the abomination has informed them and keep an eye out for people like us? Because if the abomination is who we think it is, or at least who I think it is, they have seen our faces. They know what we look like. I mean, I can disguise myself. I know that much. And I think Boo can disguise herself as well, but I don't know about Cassius, I don't know about Gabriel.
I can do that, but I don't think I wrote it in my inventory, but I don't remember throwing out the robes from the cave. Whose robes were those again? They were red, right?
Oh yes, those were the robes of basically Reaper's followers. The cultist robes.
Yeah. So Gouda starts pulling that out of her backpack and goes, "Can we use something like this to get in, or do we need to start knocking skulls?"
We may have to start knocking skulls.
I'm doing alright, Zora. How you doing?
Because, looking at this, it's a completely different outfit.
Okay, I haven't seen who you've seen.
So, Ronan, the outfit that you would have seen, it would look like your typical like commoners like outfits, like farmers and stuff like that. But there's like a what do you call it? Like a black hooded robe that they would wear. No signs of symbols.
So I'll give that to. I'll let Judith know the description of what it is, like common clothes and a black cloak with a hood.
Common clothes with a black cloak and a hood.
Yes.
Just so you're aware, disguise self also disguises clothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So essentially, Judith and I could disguise ourselves. Cassius, you would have to cover your armor in something that would allow you to move around in and hide it. As for Gabriel, he's a bit of a sore thumb. A nearly 6.5 foot tall wolfman with gray and black fur.
Oh, you mean because they're mostly human?
You can't change his appearance, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
Cassius, in his case, he's a human. They all look the fucking same. Oh, no one's gonna get that joke now? Okay.
Wait, what did you? I didn't catch what you said. I was thinking.
I said Cassius is human. They all look the same.
Oh.
That's race. I'm just kidding.
I mean, to be fair, the humans are racist towards everyone else, so they deserve it.
All you humans look like.
That was by the way, that's a reference back to what was it? Something in Sons, where this guy is half Asian, half white. He's half Asian, half white, and his mom, who's the Asian person, it looks at these white guys like, you white people all look the same. It's just so funny.
What's dumb is that every nationality of people will say that about another nationality of people, so it's funny.
Yeah. It is pretty funny.
It is. Well, like, that's the one thing they all have in common. One particular race of people looks exactly the same no matter who the fuck you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be racist, kids.
Yeah.
Everybody's a little bit racist sometimes.
Gotta love that, never say right.
By the way, Alara would say that if disguise is something that you need, she has something for that.
Do tell.
She says that she only needs a single locket of someone's hair from that you are going to be disguising as. The issue is that you need to have four different locks of hair from four different people. Otherwise, you're all going to be disguised as the same person.
So, just hold on that thought just a second. That's a really great thought.
We need
do we have to worry about any kind of like anti-magic fields or anything like that?
Do you or does she?
Do we?
Yeah, because if our disguise self and all of our other abilities are nullified, we're kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So, the potion that she's recommending does not change any of your like skills or stats or anything like that.
No.
Yeah, there's a thing. Yeah, there's a thing called an anti-magic field. I've never seen one, but I've heard smarter people than me talk about them.
Oh, where it nullifies all outside magic.
If you like cast disguise self on yourself, walk into this field, disguise self will disappear, and then when you leave the field, if you're still within the spell's normal duration, it will come back. But you while you're in there, it's gone. There's no magic that exists inside of that.
It would basically be like the Vox Machina Zipper Twat.
So
what's one of them? They also had another place, the place where the Lady of the Sea, I think. What was her? I can't remember what her name was. The singer, Brothel, Jester's mom.
Okay.
If you got near that place, they had an anti-magic field as well.
You would not know if there was an anti-magic field.
I feel like he wouldn't, though, have an anti-magic field there. Because, remember, all of Saligic's abilities are magic. So why would he nerf himself?
Well, that's the thing though, is he wouldn't have to necessarily nerf himself. He just nerfs his gate points. And I'm just asking them to see if anybody knew, and we don't know, so.
Yeah, but my thing was the fact that again he's a wizard and he has to be there at least at some point to have control. Why would he nerf himself like that? Because if he just nerfed himself, that means that the 1,000 of people that are there could have just knifed him.
Yeah, but that what I was trying to say though is that his gate points might be warded with something like that.
Right.
But not like the main facility.
Right. We're talking about the main facility. We're talking about like specifically the hideout of these guys.
Well, but if you can't get through the door with your disguise, then the disguise is useless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. But I don't think that's how that works. I think an anti-magic field like specifically is like an area, not a doorway. Like it needs to occupy more space than that.
I mean, I've just heard of them. I didn't know how small they could be. Like, could it be as small as 10 feet? I just want to bring it up in case it's something we want to worry about. Either way, we're either going to need to probably take.
It's also a question of would Judith have heard of it herself?
Well, I suppose it's up to decode.
I would say there probably would be some like stories because Judith is a lore bard. She would have heard some stories about people using anti-magic in the past. But she would not know if they were fully true or if they were just like myth and legend.
My point still stands of the idea that if that's the case, if well, I'm thinking of anti-magic, right? I'm thinking of like an entire area, and if that is the case, that would be Seligic nerfing himself like a dumbass.
Especially since it requires to be casted on self, not any object.
Yeah. So yeah, he would fuck himself up if he tried that.
Okay. But it still stands. We either need a physical disguise or we need something from some people.
Right. I am saying because you and I both can disguise ourselves. It would then have to be Cassius and Gabriel, who are the ones that have the special disguises. Alora.
Well, if there's 1,000 people in there, do we really want to waste a spell slot or a spell casting on disguise?
I don't need to use a spell.
I need a spell slot to disguise myself.
Isn't it a low level spell though?
It's a first level spell.
Exactly. Okay.
It's a potential use of. It's a potential use of
character. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this character because it's just like you can't just say, "Oh, it's a level 1 spell and you have this many spell slots," because that's not how fucking D&D works. That's not how you talk in a world like this. It's just like, okay, if it's a low level spell, how many low level spells can you use at the time?
I only have enough juice to do 4 spells.
Low level spells?
Well, yeah.
How much juice do you have for all your spells? Because if it's a single spell slot, just to get in and disguise yourself and keep yourself just undercover for a while.
I can do maybe 10 spells in a day, but I mean, granted that disguise self is a low level spell. If that's I could be doing something so much better with that, like healing
Right.
or thunder wave.
Okay. Mounted. Though, then again, Judith, I see you trying to punch things most of the time.
Because most of the time, whenever I want to try and hit something hard, I'm going to hit. What the hell was that?
I do apologize, because some asshat decided he was just speeding down the road right next to my house.
Okay. It was so distorted I couldn't tell what it was. It's fine. So the reason why I don't ever, punch anything hard, is because it'll hit all of you guys most of the time. Because you're all standing next to me.
You don't have any sort of ranged version of that spell?
I can make people die by insulting them, very, very slowly.
So you can torture them psychically, I'm assuming.
Very slowly.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't really have. It's not really my thing. It's more like, hey, I'm wiggling my butt. Come up to me so that I can smack you really hard. Does that make sense?
Can't you ritual cast?
Ritual casting is like 10 minutes. What do you want me to do with a ritual?
You can cast the sky self for 10 minutes and thus not have to waste the spell. And not waste the rest of the juice.
Unfortunately, that one is not a ritual spell.
Oh, fuck. Okay. In that case, perhaps we need 3 locks of hair. Because I don't fucking need it. Actually, were those people still in the lockup when Cassius and I left them?
I was just about to ask you that. Like, who did you get this information from? Is that somebody who would be a donor of both clothes and hair?
So, the person that you got information from, you took into the jail cell. After interrogating them, they turned to shadow. Basically,
So I remember there were 6 total, because there were 3 that were already captured, and
yes.
then we also brought in another 3.
The other 3, you don't know if they would still be in holding or what is going on with them.
So we might have to find more individuals, because we don't know if those also disappeared into shadow. Granted, I don't mind hunting down more of these fuckers, but still.
Can we just go raid a store and buy a whole bunch of black fabric? It's just black, right?
It's common clothes and a black cloak with a hood. I will ask. Oh,
yeah.
What was the common race of these guys?
Like the most common?
Yeah, I'm assuming human.
It's a mixture between human and I'd say probably like a few other minor races that you probably haven't seen yet in the story. But most common is human.
Okay.
If it's just common clothes and some black fabric, all we need are a few cloaks. Then I can bod my way in.
Alright. I was just saying the infiltration might be a bit smoother if we have this thing, if we have this potion.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to helping you get the stuff for the potion. I just wanted to make sure that you're aware that I have limits to spells, and they could be more useful to use healing instead of something like, disguise self.
I'm aware.
I mean, if I really needed to, I could. Hold on, I gotta check I could make myself and one other person invisible if I really had to. Okay.
Welcome back,
I
Matt.
don't know if that was called for, but okay.
Yeah, that one kind of startled me, Gap. Not gonna lie.
Mouthful.
What even just happened?
Alright. So what did I miss?
Okay, so basically they're still working on a plan on how to infiltrate.
So I'm going back to my nap?
I would say at this point you were probably waking up from your nap.
No, god damn it, okay.
He's trying so hard not to be involved with any of the teamwork.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm a solo act. You can say I'm trying to solo level here.
You guys know what I think the hardest thing about being a DM is?
Fucking D&D party, bitch. Alright?
Y'all also want to know, like, what I think the hardest thing for me as DM is, like, trying to learn it.
What?
NPCs, keeping track of all the NPCs.
Oh god.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll do it. Yep.
I honestly, if I was doing DM stuff, I'd probably have a physical notebook in front of me just so that I can scratch it out faster in chicken scratch.
See, I'm a slow writer, so that doesn't work for me.
Also,
Yeah.
When it comes to hunting down the stuff for the potion, the thing is that, again, Alara won't be the one drinking it. It's everyone else that will have to drink it. Especially if the person wants to spend a spell slot.
I am not drinking whatever that woman gives me.
It's
It won't be me.
giving it to you.
It's not me giving it to you. It's Alara, the elf woman we met last session. Or you met last session.
Yeah.
I will not be drinking anything the woman gives me.
Why?
No matter how elfy charming she looks.
That's your call. Nobody's gonna make you drink the potion. It's
Here's
just
the question. Here's the question. You want to get stabbed by 1,000 people?
More specifically, about 1,000 humans.
I'll survive.
Oh, fuck you won't.
You have how much
He's
HP?
The sort of mindset for the battle plan that I made.
You can't avoid getting stabbed 1,000 times. That's not how that works.
We can just run.
You end up like fucking Caesar. Alright?
You mean Brutus?
Me against 1,000 humans. Nah, I'll win.
Nah, he's Brutus in this instance. If you remember Brutus.
No. Okay, but for real, like, being serious right now. Okay, what exactly is going on? It's only planning, or
So the plan so far. Well, at least the making of the plan so far is the idea that Alora wants to, or is able to make potions that disguise us as the people that are part of this organization.
instead of using potions, why not just kidnap a few people and take their clothes and go in?
Here's the thing. They're led by an abomination. The same abomination that's sitting on the throne, which we understand is Seligic, who has seen all our faces. It's entirely possible that if anyone catches a glimpse of us, they might be put on alert because they know what we look like, because Seligic told them.
Let's see.
That is why. The three of you
They
to be able
rolled
to have
really.
kind of way to look different.
Well, at that comment, Gudith just turns into a ball.
Oh, that solves that problem. We can toss the slime like a ball, like a basketball.
What's a basketball?
Isn't she a good deal bigger than that?
She's,
No,
she's like
no, actually.
she's roughly an oversized beach volleyball kind of thing.
I thought like
was-
her because of just her size and mass, she would be like a torso-sized ball of slime.
I was able to dunk
Yeah,
her like a few times
that's
already.
that's roughly one
Yeah,
of
but
those
you got
giant
like a
beach ball
16
things.
fucking strength.
Oh, this might be easier to identify. Think yoga ball.
Oh,
That's still pretty big.
Yeah.
Still
that's pretty massive at that point.
I mean, it's a human-sized slime creature, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're like a torso-sized ball.
Yeah.
So,
So
that being
I don't know
said,
if you guys ever watch How Ridiculous, but picture when they throw the water-filled yoga balls.
Yeah,
It's about like that.
I would say the reason why like Gabriel's able to dunk you though is because Gabriel is actually fairly strong, like physically speaking.
Well, you and him are both strong and tall, so you've got mass for the muscles to support such a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. It's also I feel like there's a little bit of supernatural flavoring to that too. You know, vampire.
There's already a lot of supernatural shit going on here. I just roll with it at this point. I don't question it anymore.
Yeah, but anyways, Gudith just proved that she doesn't need magic to look like something else.
Right. So, yeah, but you can disguise yourself to look like someone else. That's the thing. If you just roll in a ball of slime and
I can
they're
I can go further. I could disguise myself as somebody's hump if somebody wants to be the humpback.
Oh hell no, Elyra, that's all you.
I'm sorry.
I'm not
I couldn't not
getting.
do that one.
I'm not
First
getting
of
into
all-
this lesbian shenanigans.
First
I'm
of
out of
all-
here.
First of all,
No, I'm out of here. Go.
Does the anime like grab him by the ear, pulls him back down? Okay, no, we're not doing that. Okay, so here's the thing. Right, again, the three of you need to be able to look different. Judith can change her actual physical shape, but Cassius and Gabriel, you two need to actually look different because again, Seligic has seen our faces. I can disguise myself just fine, but we need to find a way how to make you two look different. Alara is the only one that has offered a solution to do this, which means we have to basically do as Gabriel said, find some people, beat them up, and then take whatever we need for the ingredients for the potion, and then do that. It's simple.
Elves have never meant to be trusted, especially in the woods.
Good thing you're not in the
Judith,
woods.
can I wear you? Can you wear me?
This is a little freaky for my taste.
I don't honestly know how that would work.
I'm sorry, what was being said? I was doing with my brother.
Cassius just as good if he can wear them.
Wait, hang on, what?
Basically,
Oh,
Cassius
I was
wants to
wondering
wear.
how recognizable we'd be how recognizable we would be if my face was covered up by the slime.
You might have difficulty breathing, but
I do not recommend difficulty of breathing.
Also, aren't you acidic, Judith?
Oh yeah, I see it.
I mean,
So let me get
So-
this straight. You're asking to essentially get swallowed up by the slime.
he
So
wants
what's
to.
different?
He basically wants to make out with the gelatinous cube.
That's not what I'm saying.
So I will point out that I can hold things inside of my body, but I don't think I'm capable of holding something that big.
That's what
like
she
the
said.
skull, and I pull a skull out of the.
Rain, shush for a fucking second.
Well, you haven't tried hard enough, so that's a possible situation that can be done later.
I can't. No, 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 no.
I don't know what I
Not to make a
said.
joke here.
You said that you can
You
hold
said-
something that big inside of your body, so I just responded with, "That's what she said."
Jesus.
Oh, trying so hard not to just go. Oh my god. Okay. Rain, CC, you're
What?
driving me fucking insane right now. Because I'm trying not to say something as Ronan, but I'm also trying not to say something as Lyra at the moment. There's very much so temptation.
There. Let it
Are you
out.
being possessive of your girlfriend?
I think there's a little bit of clinginess going on. I mean, I don't
What?
say that. I don't say that as bad. I mean, but it's a little bit too clingy. That's just my taste, though.
No. It was going to be a joke. But
Sure.
anyway,
Sure. Okay.
Anyway, it's not entirely a bad idea, but I don't think that you would survive the process if Judith is in fact acidic on the inside, and on top of that, you still need to breathe.
I have a question.
She can make an air hole.
Oh.
Motherfucker.
Oh,
No, we're
okay.
not doing the Jake and Finn body thing. We're not doing that.
Again?
Don't worry about it.
Just Gap and I are just dying off in the corner right now.
So,
You can see yourself. You're stuffing her air hole.
out of character,
Okay.
it's probably more likely to happen in the same way that Rimuru ate the dragon.
Pocket dimension.
Also, wouldn't you like slowly begin to dissolve fucking Cassius inside yourself, like consume him?
Yes.
Well, I
you
am
have to
pretty
actively
tough.
try
I
to do
wouldn't be doing it for very long.
If it's more than an hour.
Oh my god. Okay. Moving on. Please,
So-
somebody think about something else.
Okay,
So-
okay. I'm just simply saying, before we come up with any more insane bullshit ideas, that the potion might be the best idea there, because A, it allows us to crack a few skulls, and B, it's probably more fucking effective than anything else.
Well,
Agreed.
I have another idea. A place with an army like that needs to have a constant supply run, no? Getting
I think they just
food
do
and
everything.
well, still it's a supply run, and they'll take it to some place in order to get search and then process and then put into use. So why not sneak into that process?
Would you be able to track down where this process would be happening?
We can crack some skulls and find out.
That would get a small
the thing.
group of us in, but then we would have to like arrest control of a gateway to let the hundreds
Here's the thing.
Benrafi clerics follow or something like that.
Here's the thing.
Cleric.
We have about 100 strong clerics and paladins of Vinrath that we have.
Oh god.
The reason why we have these numbers is because we are facing a number of 1,000 here. Now, we have to find a way how to make this work. Infiltration might work, thus cueing a surprise ambush, which would be the only way for a force literally a tenth the size of what we're currently dealing with to get the advantage.
Do we know how the inside of this place looks like? Because
Unfortunately, no, because anytime we get enough information out of someone, they start to either die or they get sucked up in shadow.
sucked up in shadow. I wonder if I had my book, I'll be able to do something about it.
You're not getting the book, or I will cut your goddamn hands off.
Just cut my hands off, you lesbian vampire once a month period sucking monster.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's keep it Twitch friendly here, okay?
Oh, okay, my fault.
Yeah.
Anyway, that aside, infiltration's a good idea. If we can somehow orchestrate an ambush, that could also work.
I mean, worst case scenario, I say we find a few things, we make some few bombs. One, like, you three go and look around, see if you can open the gate, and I say I'll go walk around, place bombs into random places, and then when the moment comes in, I just detonate everything, causing collapse of the internal structure while also making a pad inside in case of an emergency or in case you guys cannot open the gate.
But do you have bombs?
We can buy them, actually. We have the money for it now.
I was about to ask, when you said make some bombs, I was like, does Gabriel even know how to make bombs? Hang on.
That's what we have you. You're the vampire that can do anything.
I can't make bombs. I can probably make the strap metal and blades that can go inside the bomb, maybe. But I can't make the bomb itself.
Because Alara
That
is,
isn't it.
or Elira is not a artificer.
Actually,
No, I'm a smith.
like Will Smith.
No, I'm not gonna slap Chris Rock. Thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't say anything about slapping.
More
But
like
you
a
already
bl-
do that a lot with
more
the
like
rat over here.
more like a blacksmith.
Why does it have to be black?
Because there's no such thing as a white smith.
I mean, there is. Oh God. Anyways, have we even confirmed that this place doesn't have one?
And actually, wait a minute. You're a rogue.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you probably know where to get some shady shit, right?
Who's asking?
Wait,
Wait, right. Yes, I can figure it out.
Right. The reason why I'm asking is I don't think we just walk down to your local store and buy a fucking bomb. But, however, if you can say find a less reputable place and find the resources, why not go for it then?
Fine, but I'm taking that elf woman princess thingamajiggers with me. Because if I go by myself, it's gonna be too suspicious. You'll see why in a minute.
Okay, but understand that she has to be willing to consent to that, right?
Yes. And
Ask her first before making claims. All I'm saying.
okay. So she in the room with us? Or?
Yeah, she's in the room. She was literally just talking to y'all not too long ago.
I wasn't here for that. What's her name again?
Alara.
I don't think I ever got. Alara?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! It's another Alara.
Not an Elira.
Have
Alara.
very similar fucking names.
Oh god. Okay, Miss Alara, will you mind accompanying me into making shady deals behind the corner of alleys?
She would ask, "What do these deals entail? What do these deals entail, and why do you specifically want her?"
Deal equals boom. Her equals the presence of hundreds of elves, even if we go alone. Because even if you don't see them, you can always tell when an elf is alone. There's probably hundreds around, and that's what's gonna get people scared shitless.
Where exactly do you get this information from, Gabriel?
Unfortunately, I have seen it way too many times. Anyways,
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, anime,
you know that
card game.
man gif with like his face of how. It's exactly Lyra right now. Like trying to understand Gabriel's logic right now.
Don't worry, that's also the DM
Hey.
too.
Listen to me. I didn't get.
It matches the wisdom score. That's all I gotta say.
It does, and I hate that it does because his stupidity in character makes sense.
It does.
It's just, I hate it and love it at the same time.
She says that she'll go with you, not as a protector or a bodyguard or anything like that, but like as a dominating presence, if that makes sense.
That's technically what I've been trying to insinuate. So
She'll be your escort for an hour. Wait,
make it two.
Nothing more than hand holding, though, she says.
They want to handle it.
Was it hand holding the most intimate act in anime logic?
I know, right?
She also would give you a little potion to drink.
A potion of what now?
She just hands you a potion. It's in a vial.
No, but potion of what now? You only heard potion.
Well, she's urging you to drink it. She's not going to tell you what it is.
It's not liquid Viagra or something like that, is it? Like, I'm flattered, but,
No.
It will head out of the gutter for 5 minutes.
Okay. I do recommend, though, to get you a little sack with a few coins on the top, but a bunch of rocks on the bottom.
She'll do that, but she also urges back to the potion.
Can I tell what this potion is by looking at it?
Probably not.
Fuck. Okay, we'll open.
Like you did the holy water.
I mean, yeah, that's actually what I was gonna do. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm like open the potion, take a quick whiff at it, just to make sure it's not alcohol.
It's not
and then
alcohol.
And then just.
So when you drink it, your fur recedes back into your skin. You take on a more human-like appearance.
I feel naked. What happened?
She says that it's. She says it's to keep you from getting questioned in the city for being half-breed. You know.
My charming good looks are gone. Now I'm just plain, like cereal.
What's wrong with plain cereal?
You
You're
look more
wrong
like
with plain
dog food.
cereal.
At least the sulfur smell has died down a bit.
No, that'd still be
Sulfur
there.
smell.
That'd still be there.
That just comes from his armpits.
That's just from years of not bathing.
Existing.
Imagine I can just collect like the sweat and just make custom bombs out of sulfur sweat.
Sulfur just smells horrible, dude. It smells like rotten eggs.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
So just saying, if that's like Gabriel's constant body odor, oh.
I didn't know that was my body odor. I just kept agreeing with it because I thought it was funny because it was annoying. Look at that Lyra.
I mean, she smells it off of you anyway, and it's just even stronger when she uses the wine sense.
Yep.
Especially when you had the curse, it was especially potent.
It's technically still there, but technically not.
I would say
No,
it
it's
smelled
really not
worse. Like with the divine sense, it probably smelled worse than a freaking wet dog fart mixed with sulfur.
Oh God. Yeah. I will say the curse is like I'm pretty sure Code said the curse is completely gone. Like you should have completely cleansed your ass.
He did.
Not what the that's not what the sack told me.
The what told you?
The sack the thingy. That thing. The thing that the guard showed me, what kind of mark I had.
Yeah, no, that's the Winria mark.
Well, no, actually, I know what he's referencing. He's talking about when he was being questioned by the guard, how he had both the Winria mark and the mark of Azoth appeared for a quick second.
Yeah.
Oh. That doesn't mean you have the mark. That just means you're wavering between the two.
Yeah, so like I said, like in a way I still have it, but at the same time not. It's like it's not.
I think it's more because you actually have Winria's mark, but your actual alignment leads more towards Azoth.
I was gonna say like more like physically right now in the physical plane I have that one, and then in the spiritual one I have the other one. But since everything is in the physical plane, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
I would definitely run that by Code because that does not sound right.
I'm over here trying to stay in character. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, what the fuck am I saying?
So it's not like a spiritual physical. It's more of like you have the presence of both marks, but at the moment one is more dominating over the other one. Yes. Yeah.
I'm over here trying to say everything in character. Meanwhile, I'm over here giving myself a fucking brain aneurysm just by thinking about it.
Oh, what's that meme where someone tries to explain something and it's like Godzilla had a stroke trying to read it?
Because the thing was that, from what I understand, him drinking the holy water cleansed himself of the mark and the curse. But he still has some vestiges of the mark?
Yes.
There's some traits, like some remains.
Think of it like the holy water clears the majority. However, kind of think like Perfect Cell from Dragon Ball Z, right? If a single shred of it is still active, or if a single cell is alive, he can regenerate, right?
I like that analogy. Yeah, I follow now.
So as long as the Winria mark is from suppressing the Azoth mark, it's not regenerating.
Exactly.
Okay.
That gives me an idea.
No, bad.
Do we need the squirt bottle? We can get the squirt bottle if you need it.
I'm just saying it's a possibility in case worse comes to worse.
Here's the thing: is that Gabriel has to know if that's a possibility. If you want to try it out in game.
I don't think he knows if that's an actual possibility. All I know is there's the remains of the other mark. But right now, the only reason he's here sitting on this table right now is because the Winria mark is actually present. Otherwise, he would have been killed in on sight.
That's the reason he's not dead right now.
Yeah.
Because if Elira wasn't the one to kill him, more than likely he would have been butchered on the way here.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
He wouldn't have even made it past the gate.
Yeah.
Because Gabriel wouldn't have known this because the way you took was a different way that the guard took Gabriel. Essentially, you were coming through the gate and you had to walk on the bridge, and there was the weight of aura that pressed down on you, if you remember. For Gabriel, he was in custody when he came across the bridge, so there was no weight of aura. He got tested at the outpost.
Which is funny because I feel like he would have been crushed on the bridge almost.
If he walked the bridge alone and he was, if he was actually like showing Azoth's mark, it would have been crushing.
So
However, because he has devotion to 2, it would have been like a weird. There probably would have been a weird scenario happening in that instance.
Well, technically, it's like more forced devotion, just because I promised I made with Cass. But let's not get into details.
Well, here's the thing, right? Winria wanted to make a hero out of you. You said, no, fuck that shit. Got a fucking evil god sugar daddy, and then also said, fuck that shit. And now you're kind of somewhere in the middle and not sure where the fuck to go.
I'm like the
Also,
kid in
you
the
would have had a
Rocky Horror
really
right now.
cool collar too. Let's face that too.
That collar is not touching my buddy, no matter what you do.
You keep showing me
I could
colors.
give him fucking
Yeah.
immortality and immediately did a smite damage, but he still wouldn't wear it.
But you know a slime that would have loved the color.
Elira, get your brat. I swear to God.
I'm really trying not to give Goose another 5 points of fucking spank damage.
Give her the 5-finger discount already.
5-finger discount.
So, Alara would
Anyway.
have your bag of both coins and rocks put together, and she'd say, "Is there anything else you need before we go?"
Where's my child?
She'd be in the room with you.
Okay. Cassius, please watch her and make sure there's no weird lovey-dovey shit between those two going on, please.
What?
You think I'm able to stop that?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Not
I imagine the presence of a child here will actually make them behave for a bit. Anyways, let's go before I change my mind.
Those two behave? That's crazy.
All right, you go do your shopping. I got things to draw. And Gudith goes to find a table and pull out some art stuff and start drawing things.
All right.
When did she start drawing things?
I should have just like stay at home. Should have just rejected Cassius' pleas. I should have even shown up. I should have just chill. This is just gonna go wrong.
Oop, I'm back. My audio
Welcome back.
burped up.
I look to Cassius as I hear Gabriel saying all that, as like Gabriel goes out the door, it's like, I don't understand that man. I'm not sure if he's a man.
I'm a real boy.
He's definitely a man. Don't. Why would you question that?
I mean, if he's a man or a boy, that's what I mean.
Is he a man or a
Pinocchio.
muppet?
Is he just an angsty teenager?
He'd just be Cheyenne size.
That's not what I meant.
I mean, my body might look like I'm like, what, 21, 22, but my mind has only been awake for 4 years. 4 years? 3 years? I'm gonna say 4 years.
That was 2.5.
2.5. I'm 2.
The main bad guy just comes out. He's like, and I'm 5. I'm just kidding.
500.
But you take Alara into some of these alleys, and
Oh, we're following me. Oh, okay.
I mean, you're the rogue. You should know how to find these places.
I thought we were just gonna say that like I fucked up somewhere and then we stay with you guys.
I mean,
Okay,
you're going down these alleys looking for, I guess, information, right?
we'll most likely be looking around these alleys for the rogue language on the walls.
Oh, thieves' camp.
Thieves can't.
Thieves can't. Yeah, thieves can't. There you
You
go.
can't what? I don't know.
Like for the normal eye, it would just look like normal scratches.
Thieves
for,
can't dance.
for
I thought it was
the-
thieves can't elope.
Oh yeah, we get lope everywhere.
You just can't hold hands.
Exactly.
Cause we take him from you.
So yeah, you come down some of these alleyways, and you see small signs of thieves' camp. Nothing too crazy. But one of the alleys leads you to a place called the Dark Serpent.
I heard about these guys. They're mostly focused on poison, but they should have a few bombs or explosives, possibly a few explosive bombs.
On the door, it says that you have to speak the password.
Okay. I will look to the elf girl and ask how much money is in the regular gold sack.
How much money did you tell her to have originally?
I didn't tell her to have any. I just told her to fill out the sack.
She would say probably about 10 gold and about 50 rocks.
What about the other one with actual money?
About 25 gold.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Secret word. Secret word. I would just knock on the wall and say, "I have money to spend. Open the fuck up."
You see like you know those like little like sight things that what's it called? Where like they open up like I don't know how to where they slide in. You see their eyes
Like a peephole.
like a peephole, but it's like a slide and like you see like both their eyes and they're kind of like looking at you.
Peephole door. There you go.
I'll say a window. It's a window.
There you go.
They open a window in the door and they go, "You're not a cop, are you?"
If I was a cop, would I be able to find this place?
Well, I mean, we've had a few cops try to bust us down in the past.
Look, man, I need supplies, I need big booms, and I need some poison shit. If you have it, great, I'm willing to spend my money here. If not, I can go somewhere else. I can go to your competition if you want me to.
You're not gonna find much thief competition up here.
I know, that's why it's great, because the moment I go and tell them, like, you rejected me, they'll probably give me a discount. But I don't want to do the walk, so since I'm already here, might as well do business with you. And I just open the bag with the gold. I got money.
Now you're speaking the thief language.
Yeah, I just opened the door.
He says, he'll open the door if you give him, like 7 gold.
3.
He raises it to 8.
3. And I won't tell your boss you try to swindle a customer just for you to open the door.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, baby, 22.
Alright, so I have to... Yeah.
May I remind you, it was the paladin's idea to send the rogue to go do this. Just a reminder.
So
It was initially my idea.
he says,
Like, your idea was the booms. My idea was go to an less reputable, a less scrupulous place to go get them. You were just gonna walk down to a shop.
That's true. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep going.
so with your 22, he says, very well, 3 gold. And the door opens, and what you see inside looks like, basically it looks about the size of like the Mall of America inside.
The Mall of America inside. Like, which one? Costco? Sam's Club?
No.
Walmart?
No, like the biggest mall in America.
There's literally Mall of America.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like that big inside, where it has like different levels inside this thing. Like like there shouldn't be a working elevator, but there's an elevator in here.
Okay, got it. Okay, I grab instead of 3 gold, I got 4 gold, and I give it to the guard, and I tell him, make sure her companions don't show up here if they ask for her.
He says, I don't even know her name.
Exactly. Good man. All right, let's go.
So you start wandering around, and there's several different like vendors in this area. There's some that have like weapons, some that are like have like some sort of like magic-y aura about them. Someone comes up to you and is like, "You want some strange meat?"
No. But you might be able to help me. I'm looking for someone that sells big booms. Like kaboomy.
Oh, I heard big boobs. So, if you want big boobs, you're gonna want Big Bertha over there.
No, you know?
Which is
Ah.
explosives.
So what
I
you're
don't think I
saying
understand
is you want, and he pulls, and he's like, you want the guy who makes cannons. Got you, got you.
Yeah, close enough. Yes, sir.
5th level down. Talk to Kobold.
Got it. Got it. What kind of meat is it, though?
He says it's mystery meat.
No, I know it's mystery, but from what animal?
Does this mean that you want to try it?
Depends on what it is.
I give you a free sample.
Only if you grill it.
Oh, it is 100% grilled right now.
What does this mystery meat even look like?
It looks like shredded beef almost.
Did I just find myself fucking dog treats or some shit like that?
No, no.
I mean,
Okay.
you're human right now, so they don't really know you're.
They don't even know that I'm here, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right, they don't know that you're part dog, though, so.
Exactly.
But he asks you if you want some of the mystery meat.
Give me the sample and I'll tell you.
He gives you a sample, and it tastes like beef, but it's not beef.
I can't believe it's not beef.
Give me a bag. And make sure they're like shredded, like snack bites.
He says, "Sure thing, but it's gonna be about 2 gold for a bag."
Make it 3 gold and give me 2 bags.
He says, "Nice haggling," and gives you 2 bags full of it.
Okay, I'll actually like tap into my own reserves of money and then just nudge 2 gold down. What do I have? 275. Okay. Anyways,
When he walks
minus-
away, Alara kind of taps you on the shoulder and goes, "I'm pretty sure that was rat meat."
I kind of figured, but it actually tastes good. You won't believe the things I actually have to eat. The rat meat for me right now is like a delicacy right now, as he just pops another chunk into his mouth.
So yeah, you got 2 bags of rat meat.
These are gonna be my snacks, okay? Anyways, forward.
So you go to the elevator and you see a big burly man there. He says, "What floor?"
The one with the explosives.
Floor -5. Got it. And he just kind of pulls the lever and it just takes you down.
Well, on the elevator, I just grab one of the chunks of meat and offer it to him. You want some?
He willingly accepts.
I just imagine this scene from frickin' Avengers where Tony's offering the blueberries. That's just Gabriel right now.
See, the only real food scene I remember from like Avengers was in the very last one, Endgame, where they're
Walmart?
talking about Scarlett Johansson's sandwich for like forever.
You mean the Italian restaurant?
No, 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 no. Where like Scarlett Johansson had a peanut butter sandwich and it had more screen time than Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. I made a friend in the elevator. Anyways,
Did the shared chat turn itself off, or does it just look weird to me?
1 second. Let me check because no, it turned itself off for some reason.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen it do that.
Twitch,
Weird.
fix your shit. Thank you.
Mm.
Like that's ever gonna happen.
They're as scuffed as all the streamers are.
I mean, Twitch is gonna be scuffed. Freaking,
Wild.
our Discord's gonna be scuffed here in a little bit.
right now all I know is if you're a big titty anime girl on Twitch or somebody that likes to wear minimum clothes on Twitch, you'll have a lot of subs and a lot of views. That's all I can say.
Yep. Also, be careful with who you watch because not everyone is worth watching.
That's literally like, I'm gonna say 40% of that done the Twitch people right now.
Yeah. Well, anyways, you go down the
let's go.
elevator and you see this kobold. He's scurrying around, like literally, like grabbing like what looks like a mixture of bat guano and sulfur, and he's mixing it together. But like the way he's doing it is like he's moving to grab bat guano, mix, put it in a bowl, then grabbing the sulfur, mixing it, put it in a bowl, and then he's putting it inside of like these containers. And you can hear him like muttering to himself about something.
Yeah, I figured it's gonna be this kind of place. I will quietly in a whispering voice turn to the elf girl, and ask real quickly, what's her name again?
Her name's Laura.
Laura. Okay, so remember that bag with the rocks I asked you to pack?
Yeah?
I want you to put that on your belt, and any valuables that you might have, try to hide them. They're most likely gonna try to pickpocket you, so they'll just take the rocks.
She would have said that she didn't come with any valuables.
Good. Now put that bag where I told you. Don't try to strike up a long conversation, give them food or anything, because you ended up with a bunch of kobolds just following you around.
I mean, it's literally just one kobold working.
That's as far as we can see.
She looks at you and goes, "You're a weird one, aren't you?"
Believe me, I've been by myself for a while. Everybody tells me that. Anyways, I'll respectfully approach the kobold and ask him, "What are you making?"
Me make big explosive boy. He go boom.
Oh God. Okay, I gotta tone down the dialect here. Ooh, how much for big boom?
Let's see. How many you want?
How many? And I look back to Alara. Alara. This is gonna confuse the fuck out of me. Okay. And I ask her, how many do we want and what kind?
Well, what kind of explosions were you looking for?
Got it. Okay. Okay. Small pow and wall pow.
So you want small papow, and then one like big papow.
I put my hand, make seven, the number seven with my fingers. Seven big papow, and then make 10 with my other hand, with my both of my hands, and 10 small papow.
Mm, that'd be 200 gold if you want that.
Uh, 25 shinies,
Hmm.
and I snatched the bag of rocks, from Alara,
Alara.
Alara's belt, and good-looking rocks.
There are geodes in these ones?
50-50.
I'm gonna need more incentive. How about you open one up? Show me geode. If geode in one of them, I give.
Okay, I'll just go put a fingers, randomly pick up a rock, put it on the table, and then pull out my mythical celestial weapon and just slam it down and crack one open.
Okay, can you do me a favor and roll me a D100?
Fuck!
I am really lost at the moment.
Don't worry about it. I'm just making it the fuck up as I go. D4, D60, D100. There's no way. 300. Oh, a 3!
Wait, you got a 3?
I got a 3!
With a 3, you cut into this. You cut into this rock. You cut into it like butter. But when you open it, there is no geode inside.
You got a couple more rocks.
I got a couple more rocks. Yes, hold on. Like I said, 50-50, not sure if 100 geo. It's like a unboxing or a surprise when you get one. That's I'm trying to sell it.
If one geode amongst many, me will accept.
Okay. And I just put both of the bags on the table.
Do you cut more rocks or no?
Okay, let's do one more. My luck cannot beat this. I almost rolled a 1. Yes, just to make the record.
Okay.
It's D100, right?
Yeah, it's a D100.
It's a D100. That is fucking insane, bro.
What?
What did you roll?
Oh, 65. So it's over a 50% chance.
So with the 65, you open it up, and it's not the prettiest geode, but it's a geode nonetheless.
Like, see? Geo. 50-50, not 100% guarantee, but Geo is there.
You drive hard bargain. Okay.
Okay.
So for 50-50 rock collection and
there's like 35 gold, like between both bags.
yeah, there's like 35 gold between both bags, yes. And then about 35 gold, he says, okay. It'll take me about 2 hours to complete, but come back in 2 hours.
You deliver and the bags of rat meat on the table, and you get meat.
He says, just me who work here. Me cannot leave this booth unattended for too long. Too many scroungers, if you know what mean.
I see. Tell you what, you friend, you take the meat, good snack, really good snack, and me back an hour and a half and everything complete, an hour and 30 minutes. Good.
He says, "You get meat from weird kid who run around saying mystery meat, right?
Yeah, it is good snack.
Me love kid, kid good boy. Come visits me
Yes.
on weekends.
Ah, nice kid.
Brings food to starving men like me.
Yes. Sounds like no family.
Uh, here everybody family, but dysfunctional.
You're real lucky to adopt another kid.
I think I'm about to have no idea. Oh, I just point on my head. I'm like, brain broken. Me don't know much.
Me can tell.
Gabriel can't have a harem, so instead he just adopts a bunch of kids and raises them.
Oh God, I don't want no fucking harem. That's too much responsibility.
He doesn't want main character syndrome.
He
I
doesn't-
don't. I
he
really
wants to
don't
be
like
level-
it.
He wants to be solo leveling, but doesn't want to have the responsibility.
Exactly.
I want a peaceful. I was having a peaceful life, and then Cassie's knock on my door. It's like boom, boom, curse
I was
weapon.
about to say-
Okay.
I was about to say let me solo her, but no, Gabriel will never be that Chad.
I will not be the chat on the fucking kid. What's wrong with you?
But
no, we're not going that far. No.
but he agrees to have it ready within like an hour and a half.
Okay, good friend. Question. Any good weapon smiths? Anything that gives sharp shinies?
Sharp shinies, sharp shinies. He thinks for a second. He goes, "Ooh, we have Brom, top floor. Very hard to get to though.
Flying shinies. Does he have that?
He said fine shinies.
Flying like arrows.
Ooh, you want Lissa?
Who's that? What floor?
She on -2 floor, so 3 floor up.
Okay, thank you, friend.
Thank you, friend. Also, work
Yeah.
on brain.
Brain can only work for so long.
Ah,
Need rest. Need lots of rest. Body becomes too hot. They need to sleep.
need more than that.
Yes. And then I just motioned the elf girl to follow me before this conversation drags any longer.
She follows.
I love that this guy recognizes the fact that Gabriel has some instability.
I don't hide it. I make it obvious. Well, I'm sorry. I don't hide it, but I don't make it obvious. It's just like, oh, it's there. Okay. To the elevator man, I offer him another snack, quote unquote, and then I point to the second floor.
Well, thing is, I don't feel like it was super obvious in that conversation. I felt like it was actually like Gabriel was actually handling that conversation pretty well.
Well, I think it's because
that's-
both were talking like they both had brain damage.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was more or less Gabriel just kind of like mimicking the speech pattern in order to like
To
really
communicate.
spell it.
Hey, look! I just got us a bunch of explosive for like 35 gold and some shinies.
No, I'm saying it's a good thing that you did that because like most people don't actually like process that change in dialect, that change in speech pattern, and try to like if you will fit in more with the person that they're talking to. Not a lot of people actually do that. That's actually a very roguish kind of technique.
Yeah.
Dude, you should have seen me. You should see me at work. I'm over here like speaking to English to somebody, and then the next thing I know, I was like, "Hola, cómo estás? ¿Cómo te puedo ayudar? Sí, se vas por ahí, por acá, y no te escupo en el lavador." And then I just go back straight to English.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't waited. Oh, you go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna continue on with the story.
Oh yeah, I give the elevator man more of the rat
Yeah.
meat snack, and we went to the negative second floor.
You see him like chewing on the rat meat, and then he's like, 2 second floor, and elevator starts moving up. Um, you see a bunch of different vendors, um, but only one forge on the second floor.
Okay, sweet. I tossed the rest of the red meat to the elevator man and give him a thumbs up. And as I walk away with the elf girl.
You toss him the rest of the meat, and he's just like, weird kid. As you walk away, kind of scratching his head.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, at least he's snacking on something, and I made a friend, another friend.
You make your way to the forge, and you hear Alyssa saying something about an ordered. You hear her arguing with another customer, essentially.
Okay. I'll just listen for now. See how it goes.
All right. As you listen,
you.
oh, thank you. As you listen to the conversation, you hear her say things like, "No, your task is impossible. Why would you even expect me to do that for so little?" And the other guy's like, "Well, you're the one who said that you could make mithril weapons." And so they're arguing over both price and quality of weapons.
I will look at the elf girl and just whisper, "Hey, mithril weapons are common around here."
No, very rare.
The fact that she's able to produce them, but the price must be very expensive though.
You're looking at probably roughly around 10,000 gold.
That expensive? Fuck.
Mithril's very fucking rare, dude. I think it's rarer than adamantine.
I see. I'll sneak up behind the other dude. How big is he, anyways?
He kind of looks like a. How do I put it? He looks like a cyclops. So like, he's big, muscular, but he looks like a smaller cyclops compared to some of the others.
Am I in line of sight of anybody that can get me in trouble?
Roll for perception, I guess.
A 3 or 5.
With
So, are we in ancient Greece right now or something?
no,
I mean,
Sorry.
here's the thing: you have Goliaths, which are half stone giants, right? So if a Cyclops is a type of giant or giant kin, why couldn't half Cyclopses be a thing? You know, just saying.
exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain just deviated.
No, you're good.
Yeah, no.
With a 5, you notice that there are a lot of people watching the situation unfold. It's actually quite like bringing in a crowd.
Okay. I will slowly poke his arm. I'm assuming he's like probably taller than me.
He is.
Okay, yeah, I'll poke his arm just to get his attention.
All right. He kind of looks down at you and says, "You got a problem, Twig?"
No, sir, but if you look around, I feel like this lady is extremely important, and the more trouble you try to make for her, most likely you'll end up in a spike. And probably somebody eating your arm.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, just so you know, this lady's trying to swindle me.
Okay. Well, what's I can probably be the middleman in this situation. What seems to be going on here?
She promised me mithril weapon. I bring mithril. She give
Okay.
price, and then she says, "No, no, no. Since you brought so little, and I had to add my own mithril to this, I needed to double the price."
Right. That sounds fair, but it also depends how much mithril did she add into it.
She says that she actually had to add about um, 4 mithril ore to it, and he had only brought in 2 mithril ore.
Oh no, 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 friend, don't. Actually giving you a better deal than most shops around. People like that will actually charge you per ore bar. She's just charging you the initial amount you gave her.
He kind of says, but price goes from being 25,000 to now being 50,000.
And that sounds actually very cheap compared to most shops around here. The people with mithril will charge you 10 times more than that. She's actually being actually generous and wants you to return by actually just only charging you double instead of charging you per bar. Now
Uh,
imagine if she was charging you per bar, how much more she was money she was gonna make off you.
he kind of like just slams his fist on the table. You could see the frustration in his face. Like, um, he basically walks away and goes, saying, "You haven't seen the last of me."
Well, that happened. I imagine this happens here a lot.
She says, "More than you would expect."
Anyways, my name
People,
is Gabriel.
she
Pleasure
basically
to meet
tries
you.
to tell you that in the Thieves Network, people try to rip each other off more often than not.
I see that. That's why knowing the value of certain things like mitral bars is actually very important. Meanwhile, my actual self is just fucking bullshitting everything I say. I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying.
I mean, actually, you're not too far off because to charge per piece of a mithril bar would actually make more sense.
Alright, that's just that's pure logic. It's like, for example, four gold bars. If you're actually charging in order to actually make a weapon with that, you'll charge every 2 gold bars. Unlike iron, you'll charge six gold bars for the price of one because iron is so common. Now, if you're adding the rarity, like for example, you say mithril is so rare, you're gonna be charging a premium price per bar, even ore at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the funny thing is that mithril ore or mithril ingots are actually used in both forging of mithril and adamantine.
She's a vampire. She should have come. She should have come with me. Anyway.
I mean, how long would that have lasted, honestly, before Gabriel decided to just wander off without Lyra?
Probably less than 2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And anyways, I lean over the counter and then just look at her. It's like it seems like you've been through a rough path. You've been working a lot.
She explains that every week this guy comes back demanding mithril, and he never pays the price for it.
I see. But I'm assuming he already made a lot of mithril weapons with the mithril he brought you.
She actually says he barely brings enough to do anything. She has to supply her own mithril, and then to replenish it, she's taking a big cut because he's not paying.
I see. Here, I'm looking for a bow, mostly for young girl, kind of strong. That at the point she can probably like, maybe I haven't seen her yet, but probably she can just grab a horse and throw it.
So you want a special bow for a child?
it's not just any child. It's a Dragonkin child.
How does 35 gold sound?
Depends. What's the material?
She says that it's going to be made from a high quality, not quite, what's it called? Not as high as like soldier quality, but like, I'm trying to think of a good bow because it's got to have that flex, you know?
Yes, that's the point. You can do a special wooden bow with reinforce.
She would say it would be an elven style bow with gold with gold ornaments.
I figure something elvish would probably fit her, but I would like my expert in points to Alira. Is that right?
Alara.
Alara. And then ask her to come closer to the counter. So I brought my own elf. Relax. None of her party is here with us. It's just the both of us. She can tell you more about details about an elf bow.
She kind of looks over and goes, I know absolutely nothing about the details that you're wanting on this bow.
Don't you know like regular bows or anything?
She knows about bows, yes.
Yeah, so at that point I just want an actual price estimate from her if she's gonna charge me for 35.
She would say for the kind of bow that she's describing, 35 is actually very reasonable.
Okay.
She says that it would be made out of what's the word? Like an actual elvish oak wood.
Got it. Okay. No, sounds pretty good to me. I will also put my green quality dagger on the counter and said, how far can you upgrade this thing? You know, my cultist dagger.
What do you want it to do?
What can you make it do? That's a real question. It's the green 1+1.
Okay, so with this one, I could probably make it a +2 dagger. For about 150 gold. Or I can make it a +3 for about 500 gold.
Tell you what. +3 plus the bow, and I'll give you 250 gold for the both items.
She says, no. I need... If you're going to do that, it's going to be about... I said 35 plus the... What is it?
You said 35 plus. For the +2, it will be... whatchamacallit?
It'd be 1...
And then for the +3, you said 500.
Yeah, so you said you wanted the +3, so if you want both of those, it would actually have to be about 535 gold.
So I'm trying to persuade her to sell it for me at like half.
Wait, you're trying to sell the dagger? Or...
No, I'm trying to persuade her in order for her to give me a discount. We're trying to negotiate here.
Roll persuasion.
You're trying to negotiate. She's not.
20.
Did you really roll 20?
I got 20.
All right.
Nat 20 or no?
12.
15
No,
plus 5.
15 plus 5, yeah.
So dirty 20. Okay. So you persuade her, but she tells you have to do her a favor to cover the other charges.
depends. What's the favor?
She tells you that she wants you to. You remember that Cyclops that was in front of you in line?
Oh, you want me to track him down?
She wants you to find him and make him pay his debts.
Done. But I'm gonna need that +3 dagger first in order for me to actually do my job.
She looks around, says, "But aren't you carrying a another weapon on you?"
Believe me when I say this thing will not do or even let me hold it without throwing a temper tantrum. It's one of those special weapons, if you know what I mean.
She asked you to if she could see it.
I can even I can even show you as I grab the sword and then throw it to the side of a room where there's nobody there, and then just let it come back to my hand.
So basically, you take it, you throw it, it hits like a clay pot, and then it goes back into your hand.
See what I mean? It as much as I want to use this thing in actually combat, it will not do what I want.
She kind of looks at you and goes, "I mean, I think it just did what you wanted right then and there."
No, I was aiming to the floor, and the sword wanted to break the pot.
Maybe you just need more training with that sword.
Maybe, but as far as I know, that dagger has actually been very useful to me, and I will prefer, in order for you to get your money, to be at 100% instead of like 30%, 40%. You know what I mean?
She says that you're a weird one, but she guesses she could give you the dagger early. However, a failure on your part would actually have consequences.
I'll return the dagger if that's necessary, and I'll let you keep the money. Does that sound fair?
She says more like a different kind of consequence, if that makes sense.
I'm not becoming your pet.
No. She begins to work on the dagger, but you see her etching something into the dagger.
Uh-oh. Is it a curse?
It's something.
You got way too excited for that.
He did. He did.
Because you know what's gonna happen if that thing is cursed in the moment you get back to the mansion.
No, don't worry. The elf girl is with me, so she'll understand the situation.
No, she fucking won't.
She will. Anyways.
She is really not understanding anything that's going through your head right now.
Don't worry. This is literally how deep stuff goes. You would really not understand it. You just go with the flow. It's like a river. The more you try to stop it, the more it will find its way around.
So, after a little while, she gives you your dagger back, and there is written in Infernal something on your dagger.
I can't read this.
Which he can't read.
Exactly. She looks at you and says, "If you fail to make him pay his debts, this dagger is going to basically burn you every time that you try to use it after."
Oh. So it is cursed, but not the kind of curse that he wanted.
He's just looking at her, and it's like with excitement. It's like, are you serious?
You're actually excited to be burned?
Lady, every single thing I can find that is actually kind of cool or anything like that, people take away from me. This is actually sounds very cool.
She says, you do you. But make sure that he pays his debts.
How much do you want him to pay? As I put the dagger back. Actually, is it just a regular +3 dagger, or is it like a special dagger?
It's a regular +3. However, it also
Okay,
has
so-
the effect of if you fail to make him pay his debts, it will burn you. It will burn you for 1d4 damage.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
And it's
remove this.
cumulative d4, so like, if that makes sense.
I don't know why, but that actually sounds kind of cool.
So like, it'll be like 1d4 on the first incidence. Second incidence, it's gonna be 2d4. Then it's gonna be 3d4, so on, so on.
That actually sounds kind of cool. Okay, no, we have a deal.
All right.
We have a deal. As long as you keep your word, I'll keep my word. And make sure you wrap that bowl like a present, please.
Do I look like some sort of gift shop?
I'll pay 20 gold extra.
You didn't even pay that 20 gold for the freaking upgrade on the dagger.
I just discounted all my gold. Did I not go? Did I not go in through or?
That's not how that works.
Like I have like in the inventory thing, I just subtracted the gold.
It's you don't give them a tip after you got a massive discount from them. Because
Yeah.
No, I said like I get like whatchamacallit, I'll give them extra 20 gold if they wrap it like a gift.
Yeah, not how that works.
But also, they don't have the means of like gift wrapping and stuff like that.
All right, fair enough.
They're not a
Mine is
they're a blacksmith, not a gift wrapper.
fair enough. Okay, so I got 23 gold in my name now. Jesus. Okay. Do you know where he lives, or do you know where he usually frequents?
Normally, he will hang around. She says there's this kid who likes to give out mystery meat. He'll hang around there when he doesn't get his way.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll swing back with the bow.
So I take it you go back towards the kid with the mystery meat, or are you going back down to grab your what's it called? Your explosives.
I will go for the kid first. On my way out, I just ask the elf, you do know any mobilizing or defensive magic, right? Something just to keep them in one place or stun them or, you know.
That's quite racist. Do you think all elves have magic?
I'm not being racist, I'm asking if you know.
She would say that she's actually not that much of a fighter.
What do you exactly know?
Basically, that she is more into making potions and stuff like that.
We had an alchemist this entire time.
We fucking told you back at the mansion.
Could have had him make the bombs instead.
We were telling you that she can make the potions back at the fucking mansion.
Not potions, the bombs.
Yes, alchemical bombs. Are they not clicking your head?
No.
Oh my fucking god.
The random
You know,
misadventures
you know-
of our hellhound.
You know what? It fits. It fits. It matches the intelligence and wisdom scores. It fits.
It does
Yeah,
fit.
and I both love and hate that it fits because it fits too fucking well.
And because it fits, he went on this whole adventure that didn't have to happen.
I mean, he still wanted to get the bow, but even so, he could have actually just asked Lyra to make a bow for the kid.
Yeah.
Out of trust the woman. Anyway.
I mean, if you said that, hey, I want a bow for the kid, she would have done it for free.
Yeah, at least I know it's quality work, okay?
You think the elf doesn't do quality work? I mean, for fuck's sake, she made her own shit.
Yeah.
So, you go to the to the Mr. Meat vendor, and you see this big old Cyclops just kind of like aggressively eating like the Mr. Meat.
How am I gonna approach this? Oh, okay. I approached the Cyclops and saying, "Good meat."
He responds back with, "Don't I know you from somewhere?"
Yes. Since I know he wouldn't. Since I was trying to actually help him out, I'm just get to his level, like kind of like crouch down and then just tell him, yeah, I was trying to help you out so she can kind of give you a lower
Wait,
price.
you're
Remember?
crouching down to his level, but he's taller than you.
Well, I assuming you said he was like stuffing his face with meat, so I'm over here thinking like he's sitting down with his legs crossed.
I mean, he is sitting down, but it's more like not quite with legs crossed. He's
No,
kind
so
of like,
Him sitting down is eye level with you when you're standing up.
yeah.
Well, I'm trying to be polite here, okay?
He says, "That's right. You were trying to make me spend more money."
No, I was trying to help you spend less money. I believe there was a mistranslation here. I'm not very good with words.
Translation's manslation.
That's what I keep saying. So, kid give you good meat? Good price?
He always gives me good price. Right, kid? Kid just kind of like smiles like, he scares me.
Don't be mean to the kid. He's a nice kid.
He says, so anyways, what brings you over here?
Well, I got to look at some of the stuff she made. A little bit too expensive in my opinion. But I was able to work out something with her. And I believe you can too.
What do you mean by that?
You bring her mid-roll, but she complains about, having to dip into her own stock in order to make more stuff for you. So, how often do you bring mid-roll to her?
As often as I get it.
Which is very often, I imagine.
I mean, it is hard to come by.
So, instead of arguing both of you, why not make a deal? She can make you stuff for free, and you constantly bring her mid-roll. That way, she doesn't have to buy the mid-roll for ridiculously expensive prices, and she makes a profit, and you get better gears.
But she doesn't do for free.
She will if you give her a constant supplies. Like, imagine, kid comes in, gives you meat. You pay the kid, but the kid has to pay somebody to get meat, right?
Wait, you pay the kid for meat?
I did. He's a good kid.
He doesn't really like get the whole idea of paying. If you kind of like catch that.
Yeah, I can see it. So I try to make it seem okay. I try to put it here like this, like you kid gives you meat, and the kid is scared of you, but also the kid seems to like you. So kid is your friend, so it gives you things for free, correct?
Mm, not really friend.
But you get what I'm saying here, right?
Me think. Me think.
So if instead of her being demanded to do work, why not pay for what she already made for you, and instead of, going over and just demanding new equipment, you just bring her slowly metro just for free, just to make her your friend, and then once she's your friend, she can give you stuff for free. The same way the kid gives you meat in exchange of you bringing her more stuff.
Hmm. Maybe, maybe. But what do I get out of it in the end?
You'll get to be the one Cyclops that has a full mitral set. Like, just imagine all the meat you can get with that, all the respect.
Hmm. I
You be
think
the strong. You get the strongest Cyclops with a blacksmith that is your friend and that will make you stuff for free if you bring her more mitral. That is.
hmm, makes sense. Makes sense. I want you to give him a persuasion. I'm making you use your persuasion today.
16.
All right. Let's see what he gets for this thing.
He's gonna roll some sort of fucking not 20 and I'm gonna fucking lose the
Imagine
battle.
he gets a match 20.
Nah.
It's most
So,
likely, yeah.
so you persuade him.
Okay.
He makes his way back down, um, with you on his shoulders because he's like, you're gonna explain this to her as well.
Okay. Same. I imagine he also has the elf girl on the other shoulder.
She's just walking closely behind.
I just looked at her and like just wave at her.
She kind of just like covers her face like she's embarrassed to be with you.
She loves me. She loves me. Anyway.
But you make your way and you run through the scenario and come to a compromise. She really didn't quite like the idea of the compromise at first, but after you explained it to her, how he would be supplying her with mithril as opposed to having to dip into her mithril all the time, and also using that mithril as a means of like starting friendship, she hesitantly agrees. Um, the uh, the little curse that was on your dagger is now broken, if that makes sense.
Aww.
Because you kept your promise to her.
How much person you want it?
Wait, but since it's a carving in the dagger, it would not be broken.
It would have
have to
been
be
dispelled.
carved out.
It would have been
Oh,
dispelled.
it will be dispelled.
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, it still has, like, the markings of the curse. It's just dispelled.
Yep. Okay. Got it.
And then you get your bow and you get, well, you already have the dagger. But then you
Yeah, I
make your
already
way
got the dagger.
down again to the 5th floor. And
Yep.
you pick up your explosives. Your 17 explosives. The
Yeah. So
10
10
small
small
and then 7
explosive.
big.
yes. No, 10 small, 7 big.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, I heard 10 small, 10 big. Okay.
Yeah. So I need to look up what D&D explosives are called.
They're alligator bombs.
All right, I would say one would be your big ones would be what's it called? Pocket fireballs. They will be one, not one. They'll be 3d8 fire damage, and they can. It's like a fireball, but it's like a weaker version of fireball, if that makes sense.
Got it. But I'm assuming the moment that these things set out, they just will explode the wall.
And
Or
then
walls.
you get the smaller ones are going to be oh crap, what are they called? We'll say cherry pops.
I was thinking more like explosives that I can like put in certain places and just let them detonate to like take out like beams of structures and stuff like that, so let buildings collapse in itself.
I mean,
Or
they're just going to go by the name of cherry bombs. If you want to do something like that.
okay, got it. On the way out, I'll just look at the elf girl and it's like, see, that wasn't so bad. You got to see a whole new world of random criminal empire right under your noses.
She goes, I kind of wish I didn't see that.
Well, unfortunately, dearest, this is what reality of the world is. Not everybody can live in a fancy church with holy nights and stuff like that.
she
Most of us is either
she would be looking at you like, no, I meant like you making a fool of yourself.
oh, that's an everyday scenario. So you don't have to worry about that one.
So, um, you make your way back to the mansion, and was there anything else that you needed while you were out? That's what I forgot.
No, just the explosives as far as I know, and everything else I was able to get in the same place.
All right. So, what are Lyra, Goo, and Cassius doing in the meantime? I know Lyra's or not Lyra. Goo was making pamphlets for Marilla.
Hopefully not traumatizing my kid.
Believe in
She's
Marilla.
doing arts and crafts.
Right.
Judith is just exploiting a child for monetary gain.
Wouldn't be the first time.
But yeah, what are the three of you doing while Gabriel's on his way back?
Well, my brain is not working right now.
The brain is not braining. Got it.
Their brain melted with my entire
Sounds like
conversation.
Elira went to go check out the wine cellar.
She went to take some ibuprofen after the entire conversation.
She knows how to deactivate the thing. Just saying. So no. Sorry, no, Mia's Ronin, my brain's just not working. For some fucking reason. But I believe we would have worked on the infiltration idea a bit more.
Okay.
And so with that, probably got in contact with the paladins and the hands of Vinrath. See if they had any more reports or any more sightings of these cloaked individuals and where their closest location would be.
All right. So I would say that while you're going to meet with some of the hands of Venrath, you would come across a small group of the what do you call 'em? Small group of these cloaked figures.
Is Cassius with me?
Does Cassius want to be?
Going where?
Basically, Elira is going to talk to the Hands of Venrath, which is the group of paladins. But on the way, she comes across a small group of the what do you call them?
Yes.
Okay, you want to fight? Got it.
Let's fuck him up.
All right. I'm gonna say it's a very easy battle. They're not really like your strongest of the strong.
The strongest of the strong.
Like they look more like they're like messengers almost, not quite fighters. So you take them down pretty quickly.
Lyra will take 2, maybe 3 tusks of hair. How many people are there?
I'd say in this group there's 4.
Okay.
So you take their hair, like a small tuft, not all of it.
Right, obviously, I'm not trying to scalp them.
I take it you're also going to take their cloaks, right?
Yep.
And you also take their cloaks, no problem. I'd say they're you probably like scared them to the point like they pass out, especially like seeing as you're like half dark elf and half like vampire, like your vampire side. So it's like something they've never really experienced before. So they think of you like as a monster from seeing you.
That's generally the reaction that would probably happen.
Yeah. Someone sees her what she truly is.
What are you doing with these passed out people?
Probably bringing them into the. Actually, you know what? Let's bring them over to the fucking temple. Maybe they lead a little bit of retribution. Who knows?
So you bring them to the temple.
Yep.
All right. So you bring them to the temple, and you see. I'm gonna call this person Valara. Valara of Venrath's hand is like up there.
Wow.
Like yeah. And Valara looks at you and says, What are you doing with said people? Or with those people?
Oh. They were for the organization that we're trying to plot a strike against. So, why not bring them here?
Valara kind of looks at you and goes, You want me to interrogate them?
I mean, do you want to?
She'll take them from you and say like, "Oh, don't worry. I'll tell you all the findings we get out from these guys."
Don't use special toys. Keep it PG-13.
As she walks off with the prisoners, with the captives, I look to Cassius and say, "She sounds like she's gonna have fun with them."
Welcome, Ghost. How you doing?
Hello.
And no, not the kind of fun that That's what Brain would probably think.
Are they going to turn into shadows too?
I don't know. Perhaps the
We should
maybe
probably warn
the
them
full
about that.
maybe the fact that Vinrath has domain over this place will stop that from happening. I'm not sure. In the meantime, though, we do have to find a way how to essentially station the extra 100 on-hand paladins and clerics, and to signal them when the time is right.
The signal will be a giant explosion and Gabriel screams in panic.
I'm doing good, Ghost. How you
On
doing?
fire yet
Oh,
again.
glad to hear you're good. Sorry, I just read your message, dude. Yeah, we're actually gonna be finishing up here in a little bit, dude.
Yeah, I'm feeling my battery drained already, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was fine during the whole Gabriel part, and then I just kind of started to drone out for a moment.
No, it happens, man. Like, sometimes my social battery drains during D&D too. Trust me, I know the feeling.
Not to mention the evening also kind of compounds that just a little bit.
Yeah, we also started later too.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Oh no, you're good. You're good, Ghost. Like, we just been streaming since what, about 8:15, 8:30?
8:30.
8:30 ish. So yeah, we normally run till about 11:30. Sometimes we'll run later, but tonight's not one of those nights.
Yeah, I think it's just an off day in general today.
Yeah. So y'all make your way back towards the towards the mansion.
I want to ask, was there, because again, what I want to do, right, while we're there at the temple is strategize where to keep the 100 stashed. And I know that Gabriel has the whole explosion thing, but I also don't want the paladin and clerics running into a collapsing fucking building.
So you would see an easy way into the temple is through the I'd say the west wall. So like,
you mean the place, the shack?
So if you go to the shack, you can't see the shack from where you're standing. But if you were to attack the east wall of the temple, that would take you west wall of the temple. That would take you straight into the throne room of the three gods, essentially.
Okay.
You would also know about that from Valara.
I have a feeling if we do win this fight, it's going to be it's still going to be a long journey ahead of us.
It could be.
And Elira does say this as she's walking back with Cassius. It's like, I feel like if the abomination is Solidic, he's just going to pull that fucking runaway like a little bitch strategy again.
Then he surrenders the city to us.
Yeah, he'll lose a foothold. But the war isn't over.
I didn't expect that it would be.
Well, we do what we can here. Take this damn city back. But this is only going to be the first step. Remember, to get the full-scale revolution going, we need those leaders. And right now, they're behind enemy lines.
Not for long.
I swear to God, I swear to the fucking gods, if your clan ends up just killing everyone, including the leaders, it's gonna be a fucking shit show.
I will say, when you start saying that, your divine sense starts going off like crazy.
Another
Almost like
vibration.
like it's to the point where your sword is literally telling you something is happening inside inside the temple.
Or it's just me saying, I'm back, bitches.
Then you see the aura around you flicker one more time.
Fuck. We have to make our move and we have to make it soon.
And you would also notice that the flicker is gradually growing longer with each time it flickers.
So this is like the third time I've seen it now, right?
Either third or fourth, somewhere around there.
And each time it's gone longer. Like before, it was for a split second.
Then it turned into like a full second. Then it's like, okay, now it's like 30 seconds, and now you're sitting at like almost a minute of it just with the flicker.
Yeah. Elira says exactly that. She says we have to make our move soon. I don't think that Divinius can hold this back much longer.
He's the one who can see that flicker, right?
Yeah. As of right now, the only one in the group who can see the flicker is Ronan. Or not Ronan, Elira.
So we're all converging back at the mansion at this point?
Yeah, so you would all be converging back at the mansion. And then once you all get back to the mansion, that's where we'll be calling stream for the night.
Okay.
Order righty then. Do we want to raid out?
Yeah, I was thinking we could raid into Nightshade.
Yeah, she's live.
All right. Thank you all for coming to D&D tonight. It was really fun. Next week we will have a special guest on D&D. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, we are going to raid into our friend Nightshade, and I hope you all have a great night.
No, my explosive shenanigans put on hold. God damn it.
We'll be doing it next week.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh,
Cracking skulls and exploding shit next week.
Low key, that +3 dagger has a lot of damage into it.
Oh, it's +3 plus your D4 plus your sneak attack.